Hey y'all, so we're about to make my buttermilk fried chicken. I like my chicken fried hard, I like it juicy and perfectly seasoned. So, first, I broke down a whole chicken. Now, you can just go and buy parts of the chicken that you want, but I decided to show you guys in this video how I break down a chicken by first removing the spine, the backbone out of the chicken. Then I proceed to cut the different pieces. I always start with the thigh and leg first, which is the dark meat. So after I remove the backbone from the chicken, then I cut out my thigh and leg. You kind of want to put like a paper towel or something under your cutting board if you use a cutting board that moves around like mine. I should have definitely made sure that was a bit more sturdy. And don't worry, because I know a lot of people are very concerned with chicken and working and handling chicken. But as long as you have some good cleaning spray nearby, don't worry. Go ahead and break that chicken down, girl. Okay, so as you see here, I grabbed my thigh and then I separated the thigh from the leg. Now I'm working on the wing. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut the breast down the middle, and then I'll cut the wings off of the breast, and then I cut the breast in half. Now again, you can just buy whatever pieces of the chicken that you like. You can probably actually just buy a whole chicken cut up, but I decided to show you guys how I would cut up a whole chicken in my house. And this way I actually don't have too much, because normally it's kind of hard to buy a whole chicken cut up. So what I would do is end up with a lot more pieces than the other. This way I like that I literally just had two of everything besides the breast. I end up breaking my breast into fours. So that means I split the breast first and then I cut it in half. And you know we got to get them wings together. So just don't worry. Go ahead and clean up your station, clean up your workstation. Make sure you're working with a sharp knife, and make sure that you have a lot of disinfectant. Clean the walls behind it, the counters, the cabinets under it. Don't worry and don't be afraid to handle that chicken because of all this new stuff that we deal with in the world. So with this video, I just kind of wanted to just kick it with y'all and talk, because we're going to break down this whole chicken. I know a lot of people kind of worry about handling chicken, and I also know that there's a thing about whether or not we should clean chicken or not. We're definitely going to clean the chicken, and we're going to clean our workspace. We're going to clean our utensils. So first, I got my chicken into a bowl, not into my sink. I put it into a bowl first, rinsed it real good, then added more cold water. Then I added vinegar and lemon. You can use lemon or lime, but I used that citrus. I then took those lemons and just rubbed it through all of the chicken and made sure that it was nice and clean. As you'll see, my chicken even changed colors because of the soaking in vinegar and water and cleaning it. So I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and clean y'all chicken. Be right back. Okay, so now that we're back, now you should have your chicken nice and patted dry and clean. You're gonna add in your buttermilk, hot sauce. Use whatever hot sauce you choose. I use my soul seasoning and my Cajun seasoning, along with my garlic lemon pepper seasoning. At this point, you can also add any other seasonings that you like. I also like to use a smoked paprika, but this time I simply just used those 3 Club Kitchen seasonings and 2 eggs, and gave that a really good mix before I covered it and put it in the refrigerator overnight. I covered mine with saran wrap. You can cover yours with a container, foil, whatever you like, and I just put it in the refrigerator overnight. I think that you should marinate this chicken for at least 30 minutes, but 30 minutes to overnight, the longer the better, we know. So now that my chicken had been marinated, I gave it another mix, and then I got my dry batter going. My dry batter is just seasoned flour. I don't add cornstarch into this particular batter. It's just flour, all-purpose flour that I seasoned with the same seasonings that I seasoned the chicken with that had been marinating and resting. So I'm going to get a good coat on all of my chicken pieces. meaning I just dropped them right into my dry batter, that all-purpose seasoned flour. Got them all covered and coated really, really well before adding them to a wire rack to rest. While I was doing that, I went ahead and got my deep fryer ready, my vegetable oil to bring the temperature to 365. You can use your pan, a cast iron skillet, a pot, anything that's deep enough to hold that chicken so it doesn't fry over. I used an electric deep fryer and I got my oil to 365, and I'm going to show y'all how that went. So first, we're just going to get all these pieces nice and coated and rested. Now we're ready to drop our chicken pieces in that hot oil. Remember not to crowd your workspace. So you see here, I only have like 3 pieces of chicken. You really don't want, well, it looks like it's 4, but it's really not 4. That looks like a little piece of something over on the side. It's really best to give that chicken room to cook. You know it's done when it starts to talking to you. Your food will let you know it's done. So now I grab my hot sauce, my biscuit, and I went right in, y'all. I had to taste it before I even plated it. It was so good and juicy. And that jalapeno is just an extra add of excellence that you gotta have with fried chicken, buttered biscuits, hot sauce. And now we're gonna also put some honey in a pot with a little butter. And we're gonna let that just simmer on low while we plate this up. And we're gonna pour that hot honey all over our chicken. You can choose to add hot sauce in that too, or in my house, we just, some reason, we like to just sprinkle the hot sauce directly on our chicken when we're eating it this nice southern way. I always say, you know, that the chicken is done once it starts talking to you or when it starts floating to the top. You can also use a meat thermometer to check the temperature of your chicken, but trust me, this chicken is good and crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. My biscuits, I did not make those. I bought those, so you can make your own biscuits, or you can buy them like I did and put them in the oven for some nice flaky layers to go along with it, or even any kind of bread, y'all. Buttermilk crispy fried chicken with biscuits, jalapenos, and hot honey sauce. Such a mouthful and so good. And this is how it went down in Club Kitchen.